Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a house tour and I will talk about how I put some decorations down and my little thought process on some of it. So let's get into it. First of all, as we turn around, you'll see the house in the distance with some fog, some trees, and a fence, and more trees because we're in the woods. I like that it's nighttime right now, so you could see how spooky it is outside and how cozy it'll be inside. So we're walking down our path. And my butler is standing outside. And then we reach our gate. Just a little bit of shrubs, some trees, some bigger trees, and then we reach our little circular water fountain. And some paths branching to the left and to the right. And of course, a Joko statue, which we will get into later. As we walk up the steps, we can ring the doorbell. Very useful for Halloween. And we open the door and here we are. We have some seating so we can have some conversation. The stained glass windows, the new raid decoration that just came out. And then one of my viewers suggested I put the pane sideways for my big windows so they're not just the same thing over and over again. So thank you for that. And more seating. A little tree inside because we love inside plants. A piano because we need a grand piano for entertainment. And over here we have some statues. It says, "Stream It's Okay, I'm Okay" by Tate McRae. And this one says, "Ariana Run Pop," period. These don't have any messages. Just a little bit more seating. And as we enter this little room, we have a ballroom over there, which will be shown later. We have this room, our little game room for late night sitting, listening to this megaphone that plays the Mad King themes. So spooky, but cozy spooky. Also, when you get out of these chairs, you always like spawn out of the back, so I can never put them close to the wall. Sometimes these doors bug me into the floor, so I have to be careful. Here is the library with the picture of Logan looking wistfully in the distance. The megaphone's still going through my solid marble walls. The insulation is not very good. Here we have a window to look outside at the beachfront views that I have on the cliffs. Some more seating, a nice little table, and some books because this is a library. With my red Brazilian oak floors. Alright. Some more plants. And a little hallway downstairs. And another seating area for gossip. This is the gossip corner. We'll go down here first. Here we have our slightly haunted movie theater. As we can see, these chairs are spooky and they all have ghosts. So scared. And a whale in our movie theater because it's like a 3D movie. And these are Dolby speakers for the Dolby sound system. And then we head back up. And we're in the kitchen now. I decided to have a different kind of floor from this part of the house into the kitchen to differentiate the rooms. And here's the cafe console, the iPad that will give information in the morning. And we have our sink with some utensils. And we have our custom green cabinets with some sauce, coffee pot, necessary for lattes, and a in-island microwave, and a stove. Some more cabinets, some bar stools, some more lighting. So we can see this wonderful painting, a little chandelier in the kitchen. Some more windows to see the outside of the house. And here we have our refrigerator.
Oh, not a white refrigerator.
I didn't want to put it over there because I didn't want to block the window. So it's over here. And we have our shelves with some condiments inside. And in here we have the pantry for the kitchen. These barrels have wine and food in them. And some more plants. After the kitchen, we will head back out and enter this way through the guest entrance for the dining room. Here we have the dining room with our grand ceiling, grand windows where you could see the ocean and the cliffside. With our beautiful painted ceilings inspired by the Newport, Rhode Island mansions, and of course a piano for entertainment while we're feasting. And we have placemats and the feast prepared. There is a lobster, so no shellfish allergies allowed here. We return to the gossip room. And now we shall go upstairs. We have a nice painting right there. Oh, I thought I put one over here. I'll need to add another one on this wall. Maybe I should move this one to this other wall. Because, you know, the bigger the art piece, it means you have more money. There we go. Now we will head up the stairs. And we have our living room. With more art on the wall. This plant representing our Dracaena tree that we have in real life. With the spiky leaves. And we have our conversation pit with some cranes and a nice different little carpet area. Here we can lounge, you know, the usual sitting and gossiping. And then over here we have some plants, view of the bay, the ocean. A little vase that's imported from Canada. More rugs. And some more seating with a fireplace. Where we can warm up and listen to the sounds of the ocean. After having a gossip party over here. And then we head up this way towards the primary bedroom. There's a little chair here where we can see the guests that are arriving. And now, up into the primary bedroom, we have our little balcony, I didn't want to put doors because it would darken it too much. I do have another painting on the wall with another painting right here. And access to our primary balcony where we can see the bounds of our property with our waterfall, with a little empty space, the bay, the backyard. And now let's enter the primary suite. And we have our bed that's lovely and large, king size, with some bedside lamps and nightstands. A fireplace, of course. Another plant. More plants. A little statue of the kraken. One of my favorite animals, the octopus. And we have a bird bath that we can watch from inside to see what birds want to come by. And the other side of the balcony with a chair where we can sit and watch the sunrise with a view that's so pretty and peaceful. And now back into the primary suite bathroom. We have a portrait of Logan right there on the wall. Some stained glass, the double vanity with double sink facing opposite directions, with some hanging lights, a bathtub where we can sit, and jacuzzi. Our head is above water so we can breathe. Even though we have our selachomorphia, so we can breathe underwater. And we have another plant and a toilet. We don't need doors because this is the primary. Anyone that's also in here, we don't need doors for the restroom, for the toilet. And then here we have our closet with, clothes. I mean, we can't really have clothes in the game. I just have this armor stand to represent the clothes. I might just do more armor stands maybe and get rid of these shelves. I have this one that has like a little bit of some knickknacks on it. And my weapon, of course. The weapon from the story. It's actually in my house. Vlogs doesn't have it. I have it. Oh, it looks really pretty. And we have a jewelry case. And a chair to try on shoes. Even though we have our demon feet. As we head back through our living room, we have the entertaining space, the ballroom. We have a long chandelier with an upper level and a lower level ballroom. Perfect for dance parties, and another piano. So we could listen to music and have a ball at the ball. And of course, we have to have a bar. So we have our imported railings and a nice bar with some bottles ready to go, with some tables for hors d'oeuvres and some seating. And we have even more seating here for people waiting to go to the restroom. And here we have our gender neutral restroom because each one is a stall with a toilet equipped. This one is a slightly bigger, so that one's for ADA. Oh, I forgot to close that door. Have a little plant to freshen up. And we have our mirrors with multiple sinks as well. All right. We'll head upstairs to see the guest bedrooms. Here we have a little area where you can look down and see who's arriving, to announce guests and also to wave to your guests right in front of a giant chandelier. Up here we have a guest bedroom that has a fireplace, has a little bong, has a chair with some nightstands and a pig decoration, little lamp. Here we have our second bedroom with a little bit of roofing being inside, but you know, this is just a guest bedroom. They're here to sleep. Entertainment's downstairs. And we have our one bathroom upstairs with some towels in here, of course. Oh, I locked myself in. Up here we have our area for storage, not being used because I'm so minimalist. And we go back down. And now I'll show you the outside deck area. We have to go through the kitchen. And we go down here through the pantry. And here we have a door that leads to the outside. Oh! I am inside the ground. That's what I was talking about with the doors. The fauna. Out this door. And we have a staircase that leads downwards. And we have our ceiling. And here we have a little area where we would sit with our drinks. And here we have a little outside bar with a little wet bar as well. For barbecue, for bar, for drinks, for entertainment. Of course, it's like an outdoor club. And here, I'm thinking there might be a DJ stand. And here we have our pool, inspired by Lady Gaga's music video. And we jump in. Whee! The deep end. And we go back up. I put a piece of fog over it so it looks like it's heated. And the rest of it is a little foggy in the distance. And we have our fire pit. Perfect for roasting marshmallows. And now we have the back view of the house. You see the windows, the living room. This is the game, this is the library, actually. This is our little gossip room. This is the dining room. The game room is over there. And the upstairs bar is that way. And the ballroom is over there. Now we'll do an outside tour. Let's hope this door doesn't clip me back through the floor. It's so scary. So we have two beaches that we have access to at this house. The first one is when we take a right here. Oh, a prairie dog. She went back into hiding. We take this path that goes around our front yard. Front yard slash backyard. Oh, off the beaten path. And we go out here. There's a little gate. We love security. The fence goes all the way around the perimeter. There's some trees. And then we go down. And we have a little small beach. Nothing to really write home about. This beach is kind of bad. We're heading. Oh, there's the rabbit. There's a little bit more foliage and rocks on this side. We have our Joko statue as a necromancer.
Praise Joko!
Praise Joko! And we have some trees in the background because we are in a forest. Some ropes in the sand leading down to the better beach. And this is the beach that I'll usually go to. Here we have a nice swimming area with some chairs to look in the distance and an umbrella. Wow. Look at all those chickens. But they're trees. And now we have our little housing feature wish list that I think would be quite useful. So I think that if we had an undo button, it would be super cool, because right now the only way to have an undo is that you have to save it, the layout, and then if you move one thing and you hate it, you can just reload that layout that you have. But that didn't even come out until the latest expansion, Visions of Eternity. So I would like another ability right here that you could just press and it'll undo your last movement, so you don't have to try to select it again and then move it back. One workaround for a undo button is to select it and move it, and then you could observe, but these arrows are kind of in the way. There are more things that you can do with it, because you don't always just want to move something. Like, what if you delete something and then you decided that, oh, actually I wanted that old piece? You have to go select it again, make it the same size, and then put it back in the spot and hope that it's the same. But with an undo button, you can actually avoid all of that. This chair, I think, is uneven. There we go. Another feature I would like is like placeable NPCs. Right now you can kind of have your alts walk around. Well, not walk around. They will just stand in one spot. I couldn't get one to come into the house. They only like stand on the ground. And sometimes they're hanging out on the mount, but I haven't been able to get one of my alts to come hang out with me at the house. I would maybe like place an NPC somewhere. Maybe like a merchant. I want to have a trading post in here too, just so when I'm buying things I don't have to load out of the map or use one of my trading post expresses or buy a trading post contract, like the permanent one. So I think like that'll add to the role play of this, because they're all standing out there. I want people in my house, since we can't have squads in here. Oh, that's another thing. I want to have squads in the homestead. I want to have a 50-man party at my house. I think that would be so fun. I have so many chairs, but only 4 people can come in. Another thing is like a group select. There's not really a way to move multiple things at once. I have to try and move everything one by one, instead of just moving the whole thing a little bit further if I needed to have something scooted to the side a little bit. And also, when you select something, if it's inside something else, most of the time it won't select the right thing. So during the group select, I want to be able to see a list of all the items that got selected, and you can uncheck ones that you don't want to have being moved. And another thing, I want to have the little boxes where you collect stuff. I think it would be cool if you could move them. I love the housing in this game. It's done very well, but sometimes I wish that it would bring some features from other games to make it even better. And now we'll do a little B-roll. B-roll, because it's a bee. Oh my god.